Welcome back to Allied Bullies TV, and today we have an individual with us that is a dog breeder, dog trainer, and one of the people that helped bring the Cleveland Bully Stack Off Dog Show to the city. Owner of Divine Bully Camp, Billy. Welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, man?
How you feeling this morning?
Tired, but I'm here.
I'm glad you're here, man. I appreciate you being here, man. I think that you one of the, you know, local breeders in Cleveland that's, making a lot of noise and
Hmm.
doing a lot of things in the community, man. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Appreciate you.
Um, I want to piggyback off of one of the last things I just said. Cleveland Bully Stack Off. Um, First off, who were some of the other individuals that were involved in making that event happen?
In the beginning, it started off just something we were just trying to show our dogs off, man. It was myself, uh, Bullies and Babes, and Capo, Capo
Okay.
the Great. It started off with just us three, for real. And it just we did what 2 years, and it just every year just got better. We got more people involved, around getting more kennels and more sponsors.
Okay. That's what I was gonna ask you next. Did you all have sponsors, or was everything just straight out
The
of pocket for its
the
expenses?
first show, everything came out of pocket. For the most part, um, you got the vendors pay they, you know what I'm saying, little couple dollars so they can be a vendor. You feel me? But everything mostly came out of pocket and ticket sales.
Okay. Um, I want to ask you about the bully stack off. Was the turnout everything you expected it to be, as far as the amount of people that showed up and the amount of dogs that were brought out to the show that day?
It exceeded my expectations. Because we, again, this Cleveland dog scene, and it really wasn't that big, or it really wasn't that many people just out here showing and displaying their dogs. So when we did that first show, all of them dogs that came out, and all of them people that came out that don't even got dogs, who just wanted to come out and see the dogs or purchase dogs. A lot of dogs were sold that day. So
Right.
it exceeded my expectations. And then the second show, it was even more people came than the first one. So it was exceeded my expectation every time.
Yeah, I actually had caught wind of those shows the second show, and I actually wanted to come to the second show, but I ended up having something going on, and I couldn't make it though. But I did want to make it to that second show. That second show was up there in like Cleveland Heights somewhere,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to make it up
Set
there.
up a severance. Yeah,
Yep.
it was nice, man. It was a good turnout. Um, you wouldn't believe how many immaculate dogs we got in this city, man.
Yeah, I know.
And we even had people come from other cities and other states and came and showed their dogs. And man, the city got some shit, man. Like we do, we do.
Speaking on other people from out of states, other cities coming to the show, I'm not quite sure which show it was, but I had saw Caesar from Black Ink at a show.
The first show. That was the
Okay.
first show. He came and was actually a guest judge
Wow.
at the first show. He also purchased a pup from a Cleveland breeder that I believe he still has to this day. So yeah, that was nice.
Uh was that something that was pre-planned? Like, did you all reach out and ask him to show up to the event, or did he just show up there? Uh Explain a little bit on how and why he was at the show.
Um, it ain't always about what you know; is who you know. And someone in our camp just so happened to know someone, and they reached out to him and asked him if he would be interested in coming and doing that for us. And he came out. Of course, he got paid a couple dollars. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But he definitely came out and supported us. He brought a nice little team with him. He brought one of his own dogs he already had, and again, he purchased the dog from a breeder in the city. So
Okay, yeah, that's good, man. That we can kind of put some spotlight on the city
absolutely.
and bring awareness and show people what we got going on here. Like you said, him purchasing a dog from a local breeder from Cleveland, that's a
Hmm.
big thing, man. We gotta start producing quality dogs and maybe getting them out here to different locations so people
Absolutely.
know we got motion going on here as well.
Yeah, that's something that I want to do. Like I want to make people want to come here to get dogs.
Right. Um, Also, I saw a very notable dog in the XL bully community. I think his name is Teddy from Biggest Bullies that won Best in Show at one of your shows.
Absolutely, at the first show,
Okay. I never got a chance to see that dog in person,
man.
but from pictures and videos, he looked big and very impressive looking. Being someone who has actually laid eyes on this dog in person, explain what that experience was like.
Nothing is perfect in this world, but that dog come damn near close. I'm talking about the straight feet, tight feet, uh, thick through and through, no high rear. Like head on that dog was massive, like 28, 29 inches or some shit. Like crazy head, like bone. You could take your fist and put it down next to his, and it's the same size as yours. Like the dog was impressive, man. Impressive.
Right.
Still to this day, it's hard to find a dog to see with my own eyes that I done laid my eyes on that can compete with that dog. It was some there, other ones there that held their own with them, but that dog is impressive, man.
Yeah, I figured he had to be something he won best in
Yeah,
show at the show.
he impressive, and he's close as close to breed standard as you was gonna get.
Right.
Not just that dog big.
Right.
He was correct,
Right.
correct.
Right. Um Another notable kennel that was at the show, and I believe one of his dogs won second place best in show, top tier kennels. What was that your first time meeting him, or did you have a prior relationship before the dog show?
I followed him. I never spoke with him before then. Always thought his dogs were impressive for sure. Um, I actually own a dog off his yard right now.
Right, right,
Um, so the twins, Mayhem and Mayday, I got those from Top Tier. He has again some impressive dogs. Boss, the dog that came and said that dog is another dog that is impressive, as close to perfect as you gonna get. Head crazy, short muzzle, compact body for to be an XL, he nice and compact and just swole, bro. Just oh, oh, oh. That's why I have one of his granddaughters on my yard and his grandson on my yard right now. So his blood, that bloodline he got over there is nice.
Speaking of your twins that you acquired from Top Tier Kennels,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that you won Best Litter Mates
Yep.
at the 2023 Judgment Day Dog Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was that experience like winning Best Litter Mates?
Man, I could talk about that all day, bro. Like that was my first time entering a ring with my dogs, any of my dogs personally, and to go out there and win, it was no feeling like it. That is what makes me want to go back to any and every show just to get back in the ring, win, lose, or draw, because it felt so immaculate. But that all goes to kudos to Top Tier, because those are my productions.
Right,
All I can take credit for is making sure they look good, make sure they train right, getting in there, stacking up right. But the consistency of what his bloodline produced That kudos to top tier.
Right, right.
Kudos to top tier.
What are some of the bloodlines behind those two dogs?
That's Red Lion. That's what mostly what Sam has down there, and then they're also Bada Bing, direct Bada Bing kids, which is Morpheus' son, and
Oh,
Morpheus
okay.
is a very big name, Trimerl XL.
I got a Morpheus granddaughter right now.
Yeah, so
Funny you say
them is
that.
two Morpheus grandkids right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
So you got Boss on one end and Morpheus on the other end. So yeah, that's
So it's safe to say your style of bully right now that you're currently breeding would be XL.
absolutely yes, sir.
Okay. Um, are you aware of the current situation over in the UK involving XL bullies? And if so, how do you feel about what's going on over there in regards to the breed?
I definitely know what's going on over there, and what they're doing with the XLs over there is bullshit. Like simple as that. Um, there's no such thing as a bad dog, man. It's bad dog owners, and that's another reason why I train and I do what I do, because these dogs getting a bad name because the owner is a violent, angry person, so he makes this dog a violent, angry dog, or the environment that he got this dog in, just they fucking these dogs up. You know what I'm saying? Like a XL bully is not vicious at all in no sort. I got a 1 year old
Right,
and I got 150-pound dogs.
right,
She can pull an ear, pull a tail, jump on his back, any of that. My dog ain't gonna do none of them.
right. Same thing what you saying. I got I got kids as well. Most of my kids is grown, but I still have a son that's 10 years old at
Mm-hmm.
home. And I also have multiple grandchildren, which I got 1 year old grandkids, 2 and 3 year old grandkids,
And
and
if
they
they was
come
bad
over.
dogs, you wouldn't have had them dogs around your
Exactly.
kids, man.
They come over to the house, and my dog sometimes babysit the grandkids for me. I might I
Facts.
might have to run
Run to the store.
downstairs or run
Uh-huh.
upstairs for something or something, and they up there right there watching the kids for me, making sure ain't nothing
Absolutely.
going on, or making sure the kids ain't messing with something they ain't got no business
Absolutely.
messing with. So I think like you said, it's the owners, man. We gotta kind of educate people and bring more awareness to the breed, and maybe get out here with these dogs and take them into public places so that people can see, these are not violent dogs.
Piggyback off what you just said, taking these dog places, bro. I take my dogs everywhere. There's very rarely you gonna see me without a dog, bro. I got video footage of I got take my dogs at K&G. I was in there trying to get me some dress shoes, had something I was going out to. And we going Walmart, any and everywhere. Home D. I got a video of my 10-year-old daughter walking Mayhem, 150-pound dog through Home
Right.
Depot.
Yeah, I did see. I
You
think I
know, you
did
know what
see
I'm
that
saying?
video.
So it's I take my dogs everywhere. Socialize these dogs, man. That's most important, man. Socialize these dogs. If these dogs don't know, then they're gonna be scared of. And a lot of dogs are barking and doing all that growling and that stuff because they're scared of it. Not because they want to harm it. They scared because they ain't never heard this before. They ain't never seen this before. They're frightened. So yeah.
What is it about the XL American Bully that made you choose it for your style of dog and your breeding program versus maybe a pocket, a standard, an exotic? What made you choose an XL bully?
I started off wanting pockets. I had a pocket. And I like the bigger dogs. They're more athletic. They can do more. If you dudes break in my house or you break in my yard or you do something to me and you try to get away, ain't no little dog. That little dog ain't about to chase you down. You, that look over at a hot no fence. Anybody jump on no car
Right.
to make sales as long as you got them healthy and not overweight, they can perform.
Right.
They
Right.
perform. And that they lovable dogs, just they temperaments is most important. They got amazing temperaments when raised right and bred right. They
Right.
got amazing temperaments.
That's something that I was explaining to Trig the bully in the last interview why I like XLs. Kind of, just what you was just saying is because, my dogs, they alert me to,
Uh-huh.
somebody could be 8, 7 houses down the street and they already going crazy. So I already
Mm-hmm.
know, one or two things, somebody somewhere they ain't supposed to be. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a thing that I like about them XLs. But at the same time, like you said, on the flip side of the coin, they also gentle giants, man.
Teddy
They
bears,
gentle
bro.
giants.
Big teddy bears, man. Big teddy bears. My kids cuddle with my dogs, bro.
Right,
Like they that's really one of the most important things is they temperaments, man, with these kids. Not even just with people, just with these kids. They love kids.
they do.
Like that dog really had to be raised in a bad way for that dog to do something to somebody's kid, man. They love kids.
What are some of the qualities that you're looking for in a dog when you are evaluating them to decide whether or not this is a dog to move forward with in your breeding program?
Like we was just saying, temperament. That is the most important thing I'm looking for is temperament. Um, Intelligence also. I need a dog that's smart, that's willing to learn, easy to train. Krieg said in the last video, a lot of our clients is family people. Believe it or not, more women buying dogs than the dudes are. So they need a dog with good temperament and that can listen, that's intelligent.
Right,
Those are the very most two important things. And then I'll move on to structure. I'm looking to build the most correct dog. Give a hell what color it is. That's a bonus. I'm
right,
the breed standard. I want to get as close to that breed standard as I can get.
right.
I want to perfect the breed.
I think that's what anybody that's breeding these dogs or any dog should be focused on is improving the look of the breed and staying within that breed standard at the same time. And like I was saying in the last interview, a lot of people get focused and lost on color, what color the dog is, instead of, focusing in on the temperament and the health and the structure of these dogs.
And that piggybacks off what Trig was saying in the last interview. Everybody wants the exotic. They want the prettiest dog. My dog look better than your dog. That's what everybody what non-dog people are looking for. If you're a real dog man, you're a real breeder, you looking like, oh, that dog, that Merle look good. Yes, it looks real good. But this all black dog got the head, the bone, the structure, it got and the temperament is chill. This Merle over here trying to shake everything in this damn kennel.
Right,
This black one over here chilling, just sitting there looking all good and proud. I want that.
right. It's funny you said a black dog because I got 3 black dogs right now, and I've been just having them in the cut. They pieces of my program,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not really concerned with color right now. I got 3 black dogs, and they add value to what I'm trying to build. So, like you say, it don't matter the color, man. I'm looking at the dog itself when I'm looking at breeding.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see your breeding program in the next 2 years? And without giving up too much of your sauce, what are some of the things you plan on doing to get there?
In the next 2 years, I plan on all my breeds to be in house. Everything in house. I got a nice stud lineup already. Um, I got two females that's in the crib right now, both about to go in heat. Um, I got two studs lined up for both of them. I'm coming Merle with both of them.
Right,
We were just talking about that color thing, but both of these Merles that I'm lining them up with, correct.
right. You can still have
They
color on a
correct,
dog,
yeah,
and it can
and
still be
still
a
have
nice,
a man.
correct dog.
And one of the studs I'm using right here in the city, nice Merle stud. And then I got a stud lined up from out of town,
Okay,
crazy bloodline. Like this litter I got with Mayday with my red lion, my Morpheus granddaughter. I'm about to take her to a Jumanji son.
I think I think I
Yeah,
seen
you
you
seen me
post
post it. Yeah,
that.
I put it out there, but I ain't put it on my wall. I put it in my
Yeah,
story. So if
I-
you seen it, you seen it. If you didn't, you didn't.
yeah. I pay
But
attention, man.
hey, listen, the city been wait. Everybody been waiting on this Mayday litter, man, and it's because everybody want her blood, bro.
Right,
When I say my DMs, we going crazy about that.
right,
So if y'all watching, let y'all know now. This Mayday breeding. Y'all better tap in fast because everybody want them. Everybody want them, bro.
right, right. Um, if you could work with any breeders in the city, you know, it got to be a breeder you haven't worked with yet, or multiple breeders you haven't worked with yet. Who are some of the breeders that you wouldn't mind, working with or collaborating with on some breeds right now that's in the city?
Right now in the city. Um, Again, I just said I got something lined up with two dog shit kennels, Kilo, that Trimeroli got over there. Never did no work with him. We about to collab. I talked to him. Um, One and only, O and O. Some of the biggest excels in the city, hands down. Hands down. So if you looking to add some bone and some dome to you, that's the place to go.
I
So
think I just was checking his page out too.
I'm definitely gonna link up with him, do some business with him. LMO or LOM Tez. Uh,
Yeah, I'm a
I linked with him. Uh, Sadly, we didn't confirm, but I'm gonna. He got some crazy dogs over there. Me and Tria got some stuff lined up also. And it's a couple guys who really ain't even got no kennels. They just got some nice dogs.
right.
Nice dogs. Real is rare. Real is rare. They got some nice dogs over there.
I'm gonna have to go check them out.
Um,
That's their IG.
yep,
Real is rare.
real is rare kennels. Rabiano kennels. He get now. Uh, I'm about to start a pocket line,
Okay.
and he got. If you looking for the pockets, definitely definitely go tap in Rabiano for sure. So yeah, it's some work in the city, bro. Like it's some nice dogs here, bro.
All right. Now to switch gears for a minute,
Okay,
let's talk about dog training.
okay.
How long have you been doing dog training, and how did you get started?
You could say my whole life, man. Um, but if you want to put a number on it, I'll say I really got started when I was about 6. How I got started, my father was training dogs. I got my first dog at 3 years old. My father trained it, and it was second nature to me, man. Second nature to me.
Okay, so your father, he was also into dogs. He.
Yeah, my father, my whole life he had dogs. My whole life he had dogs. My first dog, my favorite dog was boxers. My father bred boxers.
Okay.
So it's again, it's just it's second nature. It was I seen it, I loved it, and it was history.
You've been around dogs basically your whole life.
Man, since I hit the ground, bro. Since I hit the ground.
All right. I know there are various types of dog training, such as obedience training, behavioral training, and protection training. What types of dog training services do you offer?
At one point, I offered them all. Now I offer them all except protection training. I only do that for my own dogs or people close to me, and that's because I had a few people paid to get their dog protection trained and then abuse that dog's abilities. So I no longer provide those services. I don't care how much money you got.
Right, right, right. That's the right thing to
Because
do, though, man. If
you
people,
gonna get somebody you can get your dog killed or you gonna get somebody killed by this dog or both.
right, if people
So
paying for you to train a dog for protection training, and then they going out using that dog as a weapon,
yeah, exactly.
that's something that, yeah,
And
needs to
I
be
and
stopped.
I'm not trying to put no weapon in nobody's hand, bro. 'Cause these dogs can really be weapons, bro.
Right,
Like you don't need a gun. If you got a dog that's trained to protect you the right way, you don't need no gun. You don't need that gun. And that man with that gun that probably won't even stand a chance. Cause
right.
that dog gonna hit him before he even know it hit him.
Yeah, that's definitely a good decision though you made by not continually train these
Yeah.
dogs for protection
And
training and getting them in the
I
wrong
feel
hands.
bad for the people who really need the dog for those protection services for that actual reason. But I mean, it's other trainers out here that train in protection,
Right.
but I can't do it no more.
When you are evaluating a dog to determine whether or not he or she is ready to do protection training, what are some of the things you are looking for in that dog?
Obedience is number one. You can't have a dog that's gonna bite something if the dog ain't gonna listen to you. Because more important than the bite is the out. Can't get you off of it. It's a lost cause.
Right, right,
Because that's gonna determine you catching the case or you not catching the case.
right,
You'll be unable to get that dog off of whatever is on. If your dog don't listen, then it's protection ain't they don't even need to try it. And then that will to work. I want to do it. I don't want to make your dog do nothing that it don't want to do. Some dogs they ain't working dogs.
right.
Some dogs is house dogs. They pets. Some dogs got it. Some dogs don't.
In your professional opinion, what is the ideal age for a dog to start protection training?
Honestly, training in general starts the minute your pup walks in your house, which is generally around 8 weeks. At that moment, training starts. Protection training starts with you just playing with your dog. Tug of war with a rope or a rag or a towel. That's protection training. That's the start right there. If you can't get your dog to play with you, to bite on anything, why what makes you think it's gonna bite me if it won't even bite the toy?
Right,
It won't chase the rope around. It ain't gonna chase nothing else. If it ain't gonna you holding that towel, it ain't gonna come hit that towel. It ain't gonna come hit me.
right,
So that starts the minute that dog go in the house.
right,
Engage, getting to play with rags and towels and different stuff with different textures, so he can know it's different textures that he gonna be biting.
Right. What are some of the training methods you use when training dogs? Such as I know some may do clicker style training where they use a device that makes a clicking sound, which in turn signals the dog and lets them know they have done what you asked of them. Or some use treats for a more food driven method of training. What are some of the methods of training you use when training dogs?
Most often than not, I'm using treats. Most dogs are treat motivated, food motivated. Once you find that right treat, whether it be a hot dog or store bought treats, or you take some chicken breasts and you boil them up and dice them up and use that. Dogs are more, they want to eat. I don't know a dog that don't want to eat. But the best time to do it is before feeding.
Right.
If I get up in the morning, if I feed you at 7, I'm gonna get up at 6 and I'm gonna work you at 6 with these treats because you hungry. You want to get this treat from me, so you're gonna do what I want you to do. If I feed you at 5 in the evening, at 4 we working for that hour because you hungry, you want this. You're gonna do whatever it needs to be done so you can get this treat. Because it ain't no treat at this point, it's food. Nigga, feed me.
Right.
And then after the food, I'll go to a choke chain, which is more pressure training. Not most dogs, if you start early, they not with that being choked, and it ain't really choking them. It's just a quick snap of the collar, and they gonna tighten up. So I use those are my go to, and then you got praise. Always give them praise every time they do anything. It's like you potty training your kid. You got to do that happy dance, and that you got to have that happy voice. Oh, good boy, good boy, good boy. You gotta put that voice on that look like you talking to them toddlers. You talking to that baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your dog gonna perform, and you like, oh, I get a belly rub when you do that. Oh, I get this snack. Oh, I get my favorite toy when I do this. So you reward the positive behaviors, and then you correct the improper behaviors, ones you don't want.
Right.
Good
Um,
boy.
does socialization play a role in dog training? And how important is properly socializing the dog?
Properly socializing your dog is very important. Very important. You want to socialize your dog with human and other animals. When you don't socialize your dog with other dogs and you walking down the street and somebody's dog is coming down the street and you trying to figure out why your dog's trying to drag you, trying to get over there to it. You know, it could be just a play, or it could be more of a vicious thing. Want to fight it because they don't know what it is. So socialization is very important. And then same thing with people. You want to let your dog know that people are okay. You ain't gotta always let people touch your dog and all that, but they need to be around people so they won't be afraid of people. So they won't just go out and just bite somebody for no reason. So socialization is very, very important. But when it comes down to training your dog, you don't have, your dog don't have to be socialized to be trained. Is good. Very, I mean, again, it's very important to have your dog socialized. It doesn't have to be trained at
Right,
all.
right. Speaking of socialization, man, I had purchased a dog out of Virginia one time, and it was out in the country, and when I had got the dog, you could tell that, it had very little or no socialization because, you know, any kind of car sounds when the car would go down the street,
Mm-hmm.
any sirens, Even when I first got the dog and I would reach my hand to pet it, it would,
Flinching.
get away a little
Uh-huh.
bit. And so it took me, a few months to actually build up a relationship with this dog so that the dog would trust me. And then I had to start introducing it to different scenarios and different sounds. So coming from that situation, I had learned that socializing the dog, man, is very important if you're gonna be bringing that dog out in public or having that dog in different environments.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You it is the simple thing, just walking your dog down the street, just letting it know or hear the different sounds of the city, man. You if your dog ain't never outside, or you only take your dog outside at night because you don't want nobody to see your dog, or all, your dog gonna be nuts, man. Because every time it hear anything or see whatever, it's gonna try to run from it, or it's gonna try to attack it. One of the two.
Right,
You gonna get a stone cold killer because he's scared of everything and he want to attack everything because he's scared of it. Or you gonna get a pussy that's just gonna, every time he hear anything, feet patter, you gonna drop a pin on the floor. He gonna take off running. So it's real. That's a part of socialization, man. That's a part of getting your dog out, letting your dog hear and see and smell the world.
right, right. So the earlier the better,
The earlier
in my opinion.
training starts, and that's all training, every type of training, even teaching your dog its name. The minute it walks in your house at 8 weeks, it's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. You gotta start calling it his name and only his name. Don't let your girlfriend or your wife or the kids call your this dog name is Chico. Make them call him Chico. His name now Boo Boo and Baby and Puppy, and it ain't none of that. Cause then he gonna think his name is Dad.
Right,
That's when it starts. That's training. You're training his brain to know what's what.
right, right. I know we covered a few, but if it's anything we missed, what are some tips and methods that you can give on how to socialize a puppy or a dog to someone out there that may be a new dog owner or someone that may just need help better socializing their dog?
Start early. Start early. Some people might get dogs that's a little older and not exactly puppies. If that dog not already socialized, get it started immediately. Immediately. And it's taking it, just take the dog outside. Take it for a walk. That's a lot of people probably know. We don't walk no goddamn where. Everybody jumping in the cars and going where they gotta go. Walk this dog.
Right,
Take this dog for a walk. Let it hear, and don't just around your neighborhood. Take it in the put it in the car. Take it somewhere else. Take it to the lake with you. Take it to wherever. Walk this dog. Let this dog hear and see and all of that. One of your friends got a dog. Set up a play date. Let these puppies play. Let them run around. Don't think because they that they fighting, they trying to kill each other. They playing, man. Let them play. Start early. That's the most. That's all I can really say is start early. Chill. Start early.
all right. I'm gonna ask you this because I ask every breeder this on the show. What are some of the best XL bullies around right now in the community, far as anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the world for that matter? In your
Mm.
opinion, what's some of the best XLs in the community right now?
Um. The kennel that made me want XLs are Mega Bill Bullies out in Canada.
Yeah, that's what Treg mentioned
Listen,
them too.
those are the people who made me want an XL. Like I want that dog. I want that dog, and one day I'm gonna get that blood. I'm gonna get that blood. Um, I love top tier. I love over where Teddy came from, with the biggest bullies, big wheel bullies. They got Bada Bang, my dog's father. They got some more immaculate dogs over there. Um, man, it's so many. It's so many that it's cowboy line. I don't know exactly where they come from. Their pockets. It's cowboy line. Most consistent bloodline I've ever seen. I'm talking about they 5, 6, 7 generations down the line and still producing a dog that look like first generation. Consistency, head,
Right.
bone. I'm talking about on the pocket side, impressive, impressive. It's a lot. It's a lot to try to narrow it down to just a few.
Right. Um, it's a few Excel bully breeders I've been watching. Um, I'm gonna put people up on game if they not up
Pro
on game.
Bulls, Pro Bulls, they got some. If you looking for something with some heavyweight,
Pro Bull's been around for quite a bit of time. I got uh, one of my males, um, Kanan. He has quite a bit of Pro Bulls blood behind him, as well as some
mm-hmm,
BGK blood.
mm-hmm.
Um, but like I was saying, it's some kennels that I've been paying attention to with some nice dogs. It's a kennel out here. She actually is a female, and I believe maybe her husband is Bully Pride Productions. They got a dog over there, Champion Genesis, which I believe is a Champion Techno Son from Techno Line. That's
Mm-hmm.
another line, man. People
Um,
need to look into.
Designer Chanel Kennels.
Right.
It's a female out in Atlanta producing her ass off, man. Producing her ass off, bro. I've been watching her for a few years now.
They breed XLs.
She breed XLs, XL standard,
Right.
but nice, correct built dogs, bro. And she giving you color. And she giving you color.
Another breeder I would say people need to look into is Potter House.
Potter
Potter
House.
House. I think his Instagram is like TPH underscore bullies or something like that. But Potter House, I actually spoke with him briefly a little bit in the DM, but he got some nice dogs over there and some nice blood. If people looking to add, you know, that breed type and that standard, to their program, he got it over there. And like I said, Bully Pride Productions, they got some heat over there too. If you looking to, breed a functional dog that fit to the standard as well.
Yeah, and that's most important, man. People got these XLs and they think these XLs are supposed to be 200 pounds. So they just power feed and you got this power fed kennel dogs. And then I hear a lot like, man, yo, your dog look a little for XL. I have working dogs. My dog is 150 pounds and look like she 100 pounds because the way she eat, her diet and the way she works. Y'all dog 150 pounds and look like he 200 pounds because he's sitting there eating all day. Ain't got to walk in 6 months
The weight of the dog don't make the standard. The
at
standard
all.
the standard doesn't have 200 pounds in
Exactly,
the standard. That's
exactly.
not
But and again, like that's why it's a lot of people who ain't did their research. A lot of people just doing it just to be doing it, thinking they about to make a couple dollars.
right. Right.
Both other interviews I watched, they both said the same thing. I'm gonna say a lot of these breeders or so-called breeders or whatever the hell they want to call themselves, just get out the way, man. Get out the way. Y'all fucking the game up. Y'all fucking these dogs up.
Yeah.
Y'all filling these shelters up.
Right. 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 That's a big problem and a big issue too. You got people breeding these dogs because they got in it for money, And then once they having these litters, they realizing, I can't get rid of all of these
Man,
puppies.
fuck can't get rid of them. They can't even take care of them, bro. They don't even know what it takes to whelp a litter, to sitting there having to. You might have to bottle feed these dogs. You gotta get up and you checking on these dogs 4, 5, 6 times a night, like you got a newborn. You could cleaning up behind them motherfuckers alone, and one day is a motherfucker. You feel me? Like these dudes thinking it's a walk in the park. Oh, I got this girl. I'm about to feed her, make her look good. My nigga got this boy. He only gonna go get that nigga a puppy, and now you stuck with 10. Cause you trying to cause the man over here got XLs. He telling them selling for 3,500, and now you trying to sell them for 3,500, and you ain't even. Who first of all, nobody even know you. First of all, nobody even know you.
Right, right. Back to what I was saying was, you know, these breeders they get in the game for this money, thinking it's a quick
No.
money thing, and then they end up breeding and having litters of puppies. And like you said, one or two things, they can't take care of these dogs and they also can't get rid of these dogs,
Mm-hmm.
or either they end up placing these dogs into the wrong hands. And in turn, you got, these animal shelters and
Getting
things like
filled
that
up.
getting filled up with all of these dogs, which in turn is giving, the breed a bad name, and also breeders that's breeding these dogs a
A
bad
bad
name,
name,
because these
absolutely.
animal shelters, they're tired of, getting filled up with these, the label they put on them is these pit bull style dogs,
Mm-hmm.
which we all know most of these dogs be like, they be bullies. And that right there is becoming the big problem. And I think, breeding dogs isn't for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was a kid growing up, you didn't see everybody wasn't a breeder.
Man,
Like, it's so many breeders. When you go on Instagram, it's so many breeders and so many different kennels
it's
out here,
crazy.
you know.
It's crazy.
And like I said, when I was younger, it wasn't like that. It was, you might have
And a lot of them
a
got
few,
bullshit.
right? You might have a few people breeding dogs, man, and I think it need to get back to that where real breeders are breeding these dogs, and people that's just in it for money or in it for whatever other
Go
kind of
invest in
purpose.
go invest in somebody who know what they doing, and help them get their business off the ground versus you going to go trying to start some shit that you don't know nothing about, and you fucking up the game, and you fucking up your money because you don't know what you're doing, and you fucking up these dogs.
Yeah, man. Um, you know, it's a big problem, man. I think, the more that we had these conversations, the more we could spread awareness to these different topics. And that's one thing that I'm trying to do with this platform. I'm trying to give breeders like yourself a place to come on and speak, and also showcase, what they got going on, but at the same time, provide information that's needed to the public, and also give people that's not a breeder and maybe thinking about becoming a breeder a little bit of insight into this breeding world, so that they can know, like, yeah, maybe that ain't for me.
If
Or,
you trying to become a breeder, I'm gonna tell you one thing: it's not no walk in the park. It's not no get rich quick scheme. You gotta have a love for the animal first. If you ain't got no love for this animal, then don't even do it. Don't even waste your time.
right,
Cause there's gonna be days where you ain't gonna see nothing. I ain't produced a litter in 2 years, bro. The litter I just had a couple months ago was my first litter in 2 years. So it gets slow.
right,
It's fuck. You feel me? So and if I didn't have the love for the dog, I would have been done with this shit. 2 years without making no money off these motherfuckers. At that point, they're a bill.
right, right.
So if you don't have a love for the animal, don't waste your time.
Yeah, I agree. When I breed, man, like right now for me, I'm breeding for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mainly.
Mm-hmm.
If I happen to have to move a few dogs just because I don't have the space,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I'm gonna sell a dog or two. But my main thing is I'm breeding for me right now. That's like I had a litter December of 2022 and I had 5 dogs out that litter. I kept all 5 of those dogs. I don't have them all personally at my home. I got
Mm-hmm.
3 of them, but the other two, I got them in a safe place. But I kept all 5 of those dogs because I'm not breeding dogs specifically for money. I'm breeding dogs to try to create, you know, my vision of a dog, but at the same time stay within the standard of the dog as well. Um, speaking of dogs, you brought a dog here with you today.
Yes, sir.
People probably haven't had a chance to see him. If you
Yes,
could
sir.
put him up on the table, that way the
Come on,
audience
bed.
could take a look at him,
Ugh.
and you could introduce him
It's
to the
big,
audience.
sure. It's a XL Merle. Chill, chill. Good boy. It's an XL Merle. He was produced right here in the city, Trig the Bully. His father is Kilo, who I was telling you about over Toot with Dog Shit Kennels. Uh, he a future stud in my program, man. He gonna be something crazy. His bloodline is crazy with Camelot in his blood. He gonna be real nice.
Now, is he a Merle?
Yeah, he a Merle. I had to look at his back.
Okay,
You can see the Merle on him. And I didn't pick him because he was a Merle.
right.
Because a lot of dogs do get picked because of their Merle. But if you look at his face, chill, chill. Look at that short muzzle. Look at his feet. I ain't even stacking him up or nothing. That's just natural, straight feet, straight tight feet, nice chest. He got the H and stand. So when I stack him up, it's gonna be crazy. He only 4 months right now, but he a future stud in my program. He gonna do some big things.
All right.
And it's my next protection dog. He got what it takes. He listen real well, and he got a lot of drive, a lot of spunk. Good boy, big.
All right. It was a pleasure, man, having you on the show.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure
Thanks
being
for
able to
having
have
me.
this conversation. We
Good
covered
boy.
various different things, but it's so much more things to cover. So we definitely gonna have you back on the show. Um, like I was telling you off camera, I spoke with Trig the Bully, and he had mentioned, maybe having various breeders on the show at once. So, that's something we plan on maybe doing probably like end of February,
Man,
beginning of
count
March.
me in, man.
Yeah,
Count
cause
me in. Again, I appreciate you inviting me, and I'm all with talking to those dogs, man,
yeah,
all day.
we definitely gonna have you back on, man. Like I said, I'm trying to put a spotlight on Cleveland in this dog, world, whether it's, XL bullies, exotic bullies, pocket bullies, standard bullies, Rottweilers, German Shepherds,
Right, right, right.
Dobermans, Presses. It don't matter, man. I'm just trying to, put a spotlight on what we got going on here in Cleveland because, you know, when I look and I'm on social media, I don't really see too much of people in other areas mentioning, dog men here in Cleveland. The same way that I may speak with a dog man here in Cleveland and they may be mentioning dog men from other cities and other states.
Absolutely.
So I just feel like, I want to put us up on a platform where we could get the recognition that we deserve, because we putting in a lot of work and we doing a lot of things here in the city as well, man. And I think, somebody need to give us a pat on the back. And I think
Absolutely.
it start with us first. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So any breeders who want to hit these dog shows out of state, man, let's go shake their cities up, man, and make a name for us. Make a name for us. Like you doing with this platform here. I want to get together with any breeders in the city. You got dogs. Let's hit these out of state dog shows. Even if we don't win, let's just go out there and show them we not playing with these dogs just like they not.
Right,
Let's
right,
make them want to come here to come get some pups.
right. All right. With that being said, Allied Bullies TV, and we out of here like yesterday.
This episode of Allied Bullies TV is being brought to you by K9 Super Supplements Puppy Formula. This awesome supplement contains green tripe, goat's milk, biotin, along with 6 other ingredients to promote growth and development, support immunity, digestive health, bone health, and also skin and coat health. Head on over to K9supersupplements.com today and grab yours.